When 17-year-old Demi Lovato met Wilmer Valderrama, she fell madly in love with the same lovable goofball who captivated the world. But was his charm all a lie? We discovered an interview where Wilmer bragged explicitly about his sex life with 16-year-old Mandy Moore. However, Mandy came forward exposing his lies.
He said,
He took my virginity.
He took your virginity.
And he did not.
The media turned on Demi and Wilmer's relationship, but she relentlessly defended it, ignoring the red flags.
Guarantee it, I wouldn't be alive without him today.
But now, 13 years later, is Demi finally seeing Wilmer for who he really is?
I've never loved anybody like I loved Wilmer. When I first met Wilmer, he was 29. I met him on January 11th of 2010. And it was at a PSA shoot for the 2010 census forms. To be honest, I only did it because I heard it was at his house and I thought he was really cute. I didn't really care about the census forms. But when I met him and I laid eyes on him for the first time, I was in hair and makeup and he came and sat down and I was like, I love this man and I have to have him. But I was only 17. And so he was like, get away from me.
Demi always wanted to be taken care of, so when she started dating Wilmer, she thought he was the one.
After I had turned 18, we began dating. I think it was love at first sight. And I don't really believe in that, but I believe that it happened. We connected on a level that I've never connected with anybody before. He was just my rock, my everything.
Demi was so desperate to keep Wilmer by her side that she relentlessly defended their relationship.
What is a 31-year-old doing dating a 19-year-old?
Do you know that I met your friend Wilmer before you were born? You guys have been close for how long now?
I met him 5 years ago, and we became close after that. I'm not shy to dating older men. And he was like, whoa, slow down. You're too young. And
well, you are too young.
Not anymore.
Demi thought she had everything she ever wanted, when suddenly...
Your father passed away over the weekend.
A part of me hated him, a part of me loved him, a part of me felt sorry for him. My emotions were just so built up. I didn't know what to do.
He was abusive to my mom.
Early on, Demi was very, very sad because of her issues with her dad.
He wasn't capable of raising a family.
He would tell them he had cancer when he didn't, or he's dying tomorrow when he wasn't.
So I cut him out. We weren't close growing up my whole life. I longed for that relationship with him.
The most important thing to Demi is losing people. It's losing people that she cares about and that loves her.
Despite being abandoned by her dad, Demi fell down the same dark path.
My dad was an addict and an alcoholic, and I guess I always searched for what he found in drugs and alcohol because it fulfilled him and he chose that over a family. I was sneaking it on planes, sneaking it in bathrooms. I went on like a bender of like 2 months where I was using daily. I was 18 when I first went into treatment.
Throughout their recovery, Demi clung to Wilmer for support, convinced they couldn't do it alone.
We've been in a relationship on and off for about almost 5 years now. As I get older and I get more serious in my life, I just am, more proud. I also wanted to give him a lot of credit. He'll never take credit for a lot of my sobriety and my recovery, but I guarantee it, I wouldn't be alive without him today.
Demi was trying to balance their sobriety and relationship, but it quickly fell apart.
Why do you think you broke up?
It had nothing to do with falling out of love. We decided together that we're just probably better as friends.
Demi tried to focus on her mental health, but she had a hard time letting Wilmer go.
I do have moments where it's late at night and I'm lonely and I wonder if I made the right decision, because love is a gamble. I don't know if I'll lose him for the rest of my life. I think my heart's always with Wilmer. Because you don't share 6 years with somebody and not give them a piece of your heart.
But while Demi was questioning their breakup, an old interview came back to haunt Wilmer.
Mandy Moore got to finally clear up an old rumor about her sex life. It's unfortunate that she even had to do this in the first place.
This guy who was on my show.
Wilmer.
Right.
Yeah.
He came on the show and said, oh, I think he was caught up in the moment. He said,
"You took my virginity."
We were each other's first loves.
She was a virgin, you took her virginity?
Dude.
High five Artie.
Okay. He goes high five him for me. I will say this, it is not like warm apple pie.
He did not.
He did not?
He did not. I dated him when I was 16 and 17. I love him and I still love him and he's a very good friend, and that's why I was so shocked by it, because not only was it a fib, but it was so unlike him. It was so uncharacteristic.
Demi kept quiet about Wilmer's interview and was desperate to show the world that she'd moved on.
There was so much of my life that I hadn't explored yet.
She's here, she's present, she's happy.
One of the reasons why I've stayed sober is because I want people to know that it is possible for you to get help.
But just 1 month after Wilmer's scandal, Demi's struggles behind the scenes were exposed.
Pop star Demi Lovato rushed to the hospital.
The Los Angeles Fire Department responded to a medical emergency at the singer's residence.
I had 3 strokes, a heart attack. I had pneumonia, kidneys failed, and my liver failed.
I crossed a line that I had never crossed.
And I just remember thinking, and I'm just like my dad.
All alone, Demi realized other people couldn't save her. She had to save herself.
I have to fight those battles on my own, and I can't let somebody come in and fix those issues for me.
I've had trauma that has placed barriers in front of me and certain people. So older men, that kind of brings up trauma for me, right? Yeah. And one point I was in treatment this last time with only one other woman, and the rest were men. And so my guard was up. And when I let that guard down, because I was like, you have to heal your trauma. You can't be stuck in your story.
I sit in front of an empty chair and I share my truth with the empty chair as if he was sitting there.
And through their recovery, Demi realized the people they once thought were helping were actually hurting them.
Is Demi Lovato's new song slamming her ex, Wilmer Valderrama?
You were triggered by trauma when dealing with older men, and you tackled the subject to some degree on 29. Was that song a reflection of the work that you did in rehab?
Yes, and also when I turned 29, it put everything into perspective. I feel like the song says it all. Going into treatment and having realizations led to my transformation, my release of the emotion that was put into this song.
The lyrics say, "Numbers told you not to, but that didn't stop you." Later in the song, Demi sings, "Finally 29, funny just like you were at the time. Thought it was a teenage dream, just a fantasy, but was it yours or was it mine?"
I would be lying if I said I didn't have a ton of anxiety about putting out this song. I just said, I have to go for this. I have to own my truth. I've learned that sometimes saying less is more.
Although Demi knows people will doubt their recovery, they're committed to doing the work themselves.
With time comes trust. You know, I never have come out of treatment expecting people to trust me right away. It was a learning experience of, okay, people are gonna have to learn to trust you again. The only way they can do that is by you proving yourself and taking actions that are towards your recovery.
I thank God that I did a lot of work on myself. I would be probably a show right now had I not done all my work on my issues surrounding my dad. I feel okay being alone. I'd rather be alone. If you do go through this, you yourself can get through it. As long as you take the responsibility, you can move past it and learn to love yourself the way that you deserve to be loved. Now that I'm owning who I am, I feel the happiest I've ever felt.